we will learn about how to integrate rational functions. But what is a rational function? Well, a rational function is something that looks like this: one polynomial over another polynomial. So say I have 2x plus 1 divided by 3x square minus 7x plus 6. This is a rational function because it's a polynomial over another polynomial. Now, when I have to integrate a rational function, I also want to pay attention to the degrees of the polynomials of the numerator and denominator. So something like this: the degree of the numerator is less than the degree of the denominator. This is called a proper rational function. So let me write this down: a proper rational function. Now, numbers and polynomials share a lot of common properties, and so are fractions and rational functions. You talk about, when you look at a fraction like 5 over 7, you say that this is a proper fraction because the numerator is smaller than the denominator. Whereas 7 over 5, you call this as improper fraction. If you have an improper fraction, then you can break it down into an integer part and then the proper fraction. So in the same way, if you have a rational function which is improper rational function, say something like x cubed minus 6x square plus 11x minus 5 divided by x minus 1, then you can actually divide this out, and maybe you want to try this. I think the answer is x square minus 5x plus 6. That's the quotient, and then there would be a remainder of 1. So 1 over x minus 1. So I can always convert an improper rational function into a polynomial plus a proper rational function. Now, this polynomial is so easy to integrate. I can integrate x square. I get x cubed over 3. This term will give me minus 5x square over 2 plus 6x. And then I would have to only worry about integrating just a proper rational function. So what is a proper rational function? Where the degree of the numerator is less than the degree of the denominator. So let's try to integrate something like this: 1 over x minus 1. So if my denominator is a linear factor, then the numerator has to be just a number. It cannot have any function, any x in it. And even when the degrees are equal, you can divide out. And then when the degrees of the numerator and denominator are equal, that is still an improper fraction. So the degree of the numerator is strictly less, then it's called a proper fraction. So how do I integrate this? Well, this is easy. If I let u be equal to x minus 1, notice that du is the same as dx because the derivative of x is just 1. So what I get is integral du over u, which is ln of absolute of u plus c, and that happens to be ln of absolute of x minus 1 plus c. So how do you integrate a rational function? Well, the discussion here is only on proper rational function because improper rational function should always be converted to polynomial, and then we want to focus only on the proper rational function. And in subsequent videos, we'll develop techniques to solve. If the denominator is a linear polynomial, then integration by substitution will work.